All right. I am live again. Day two of just randomly going live. I need to pick an actual time um, that I do this on the regular, but I'm waiting because I'm trying to breathe life into this channel. I'm waiting to see uh, what all the analytics tell me is the best time for me to go live once I pull in some more uh, awesome subscribers. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to drawing here in a minute. Just gonna sip my coffee for a minute. I'm all by myself right now, all alone by myself. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be singing this entire time too because I can't find good safe music to play while I go live. I don't want to get any kind of, you know, demerits. Not gonna break any rules. Anyway, like we could talk about this drawing. After each day, like at the end of the day, before I shut my computer down, like I do a quick little scribble, and I had one yesterday that I did, and I cleaned it up. I think that was yesterday when I cleaned it up and I was working on it live. And I did this one uh, on one of those days, and um, it's got like some Nina Simone vibes to her. So I thought I would try and color it today. I use like this really nice, it's called Artemis Hard brush in Clip Studio Paint. Uh, EX if that matters, but I don't think it does. But yeah, I just love it's like, I mean, that looks like straight up uh, thick charcoal. It's really cool. And I keep it kind of big, the setting, so when I draw a line at medium pressure, it gets pretty thick. And then heavy, that's heavy. I guess I'm naturally kind of heavy with my stylus, but then a lighter line, you can get kind of thinner lines here for little details, and then get back to thick again. It's just really cool. So I use this brush and I do these quick little doodles, and I like the composition on this one. Like I like this nice kind of line that through the body that draws you right up to her face. She's looking right at you, which is cool. I love doing portrait stuff. Like I like doing full body stuff and poses. I'll start to do more of that, I think. But like where my heart is, I love just stuff in the face, like trying to get like all that personality and attitude in the eyes and the face, and just really sell um, who these people might be or who this character might be. Like when I was animating on feature films and I would do a shot, like I used to love getting like close up shots of people's faces because uh, there's just so much to play with, you know. Every little thing affected the other, like how I smile would push up the cheek, and then that would affect what this eye was doing. And I love faces, like I really do. Um, I'm not afraid to draw the body or hands and feet. Um, like I can draw some. Here's some little Fred Flintstone feet for you to look at here. Yeah, I mean I can get in there and draw like the other body parts just fine. Like there's a leg for you. Um, but I need to stop putting this on this layer. Just erase that. But yeah, my heart, if I'm being honest with myself, and just I don't want to just draw stuff that's like that I don't have fun drawing. Like that sounds boring. So I love drawing like really close up portrait type, ready for the gram uh, images or portraits. So anyway, I'm gonna get started and do, I think this, so last time I did this, I made 2 layers of the line art. I called one like upper and then duplicate, and I call one lower. This isn't I'm not getting paid any money by Spike Lee for doing the highest to lowest. Yeah, you can expect a bunch of lame dad jokes here too, and I make no apologies. So I would sandwich my artwork in between these. I would like lock these down. Actually, let's bring the opacity down. And then lock this bottom one and make this top one a multiply, and then lock it as well. Where's my lock? There we go. So then I put all this stuff, all the good stuff in the sandwich goes in here. So I get my lasso fill tool and I can start, let's pick a color that you can actually see. Like there's a color. Now I can see through, so I can trace my shapes properly. Like if I want to get that arm there, but then also, just 1 second here. Sorry. I think someone was trying to give me a call. So I could also turn off this top layer and then just see how the image or the shape I just drew relates to my sketch. So I like to not, if I didn't have that bottom layer and I hit it, then I lose everything, and I want to be able to still see my main reference, my sketch. If that makes sense. All right. So let's get going. I don't know if I like this color here. I want to go a little more. Yeah. Okay. So normally I see people, they do the kind of initial masking shape. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that today, and then they would paint on top of that. Yeah, let's do it that way. It's just sometimes I like to break things up. I can still do it that way too. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. This is by no means like a set tutorial. This is just me working things out openly and figuring it out like live, like, you know, no rehearsal. I'm just being my boring real self, and hopefully that's entertaining to someone out there. I know there will be. I know it. So yeah, I guess I'll start with, let's just do the traditional gray tone. And we'll just call this, I'm just going to call it gray flat. So we can mask everything to this. And I'm using that lasso fill tool, trying to get as close to my drawing as possible. Maybe even making a few corrections. Cool. So now that that's filled up, we can start masking to it. So like here, we'll do front, whoops, front arm. Find that skin tone. Yeah, that works. Oh, and then turn on mask. You can see I didn't have mask turned on there before, so it's going outside. When I turn that on, then it goes where it needs to. And we're gonna draw this again. There we go. Make another layer. Call this one and I'm wondering if I should do this another way. Oh, this will work. I got it. Call this one body. There we go. And then call this one shirt. I think we'll do like some crazy hot pink color. And this would go, yep, right here. So down and up, something like that. I think that works. Cool, cool, cool. Then we're going to make another layer. Just going to check my flats here. I think that works. Okay. This one we're going to call head. Cool. Okay. Save. Cool. A layer here. I'm gonna make a layer here, call this one eyes. And oh, guess we should pick the right color. Cool. Yeah, that's not quite right. There we go. I think that feels better. I'm gonna make a new layer and call it pupils. and mask that to this white eye layer here. So now I could draw any shape I want and it will stay locked in there. She got like crazy alien eyes. Crazy alien eyes. Might be a little too much. Yeah. Maybe she's looking more down. No. I'm trying to get these eyes where I want them. I think that works. All right, let's feel like a little bit more. That's feeling better. A new layer, I'll call this lashes. Whoops. Cool, cool. You know, I feel like now that I see this, the eye, I feel like I could use a little surgery. Just take off a little bit. I think that helped out a little bit. And then now I feel like this pupil is too big. I think I can work with that. Doesn't throw me off as much as it was before. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. We'll make a new layer. Call this one nose. Or I make it slightly more red. Try and follow the shape. I think that will work. Maybe even a little bit. Yeah, I want to leave that for now. And then a new layer for the brows. Oh, that's weird. Just trying something out. I didn't like it. Make sure I save. If you are watching this, like leave a comment, say hello, even if it's like just passing through. I'm not needy or anything, but it does feel like lonely when I can't play music. I'm still not happy with this, where this pupil is. So I'm gonna keep going until I'm happy with it. Should it be over more? Yeah, just not that much. It's like somewhere in here is a sweet spot. I think that's it. Just needs to be a little bit bigger. It's got about that much space from the bottom here. I think like just the hair of a banana thicker. Yeah. Oh, and then I think we can swoop that, shave off a little bit that eye there. I think that works. Methinks. Let's see. So that's the eye. Make a new layer. Mask that, and we're doing hair. I give her like a icy blue hairdo. Let's redo that. There we go. That's cool. Maybe just trying to add some like kind of extra hair. I'm trying not to go too crazy with that, but and then I think it's a couple that like go out of, yeah, like break away from the silhouette. Then I can do that again. Oh no, it's not right. I go like this. Cool, cool. Just gonna turn off this top sketch layer for a minute just to see. It's almost time for me to just hide it all and just work with the shapes, but got a couple more things that I want to get, like the lips here. New layer. Like dark blue. Is that weird? Yeah, maybe it's the wrong shade of blue. Yeah, let's try that, and then a little lighter for the bottom. that works. Cool, cool. And then I wanted to do shadow on the ear here. Shadow. All right. Let's do a eyeshadow layer as well. Cool, cool. Starting to see that personality come through. Hopefully you are too. Let's do here. Cool, cool. All right. So, I think for this shirt, I'm gonna make this come all the way up like that. I wonder if those colors are right. It's weird. Let's lock the transparency. Just make sure that's all matching. Cool. All right, so now I'm gonna start. I can turn off these sketch layers. Actually, not yet. I want to go in and start adding some shadow in some places. So I'm going to select this layer or this color, and I'm going to find my body layer here. Make a new layer that is clipped to the body. And if I draw this line and switch to multiply, now I got, and turn the opacity down, I can get like a nice shadow under the chin, and then I can like kind of pick some areas of that to erase and soften, keep some of them more crispy. But right now I'm just going to keep the crispy in there. So I'm going to do the same thing for the head. I'm going to make a new layer above the head layer that is clipped to the head. And I'm going to start to carve out where I think that shadow should go. And because it's the same color as the skin, you don't see what I just drew, but when I switch to multiply, that's the line I just drew. And then I'm adjusting the opacity. Maybe something like that. And definitely some shadow behind her eyes here. Just to help kind of set those pupil or that eye socket or those eyeballs into an eye socket. This would be kind of a little shadow the nose would cast, and underneath the lip here. Try and ground that a little bit. Cool. All right. I thought about one that goes here, but then it's gotta, yeah, we could just have it go right here like this. It's pretty good. Cool. And then we'll blend these together later. Maybe. Truthfully, I could make this nose now the same color. Grab this, lock the transparency, select it, and now it's the same color as the rest of the skin, but now I can do the same thing I've been doing with these other shadows. Make a new layer, mask it to the one below, so now anything I draw, switch this to multiply, then anything I draw stays stuck on that nose. And if I wanted to remember what my opacity was on these other areas, we're going to find that layer wherever it's hiding. Here we go. So 27. So if we go back up here to wherever that, oh, sorry, right here, and switch this to 27. Here we go. Cool. And we'll put like a, since we're already here, like a highlight mask. I'm always making new layers too, just to separate my stuff. I'm not labeling them, which is bad. So I could either do something like that, or I could wait, or even right now, or I could just take this airbrush and just lightly tap the corner there, and then I got like a nice little highlight that rounds out that shape. pretty nicely. And if I wanted to soften, I could pick this shadowy side. I'd make another layer in case I don't like what I'm about to do. I can just trash it, but then I just lightly paint out the hard line part, and then I keep like this area, let's say, or maybe I keep this hard line and then I fade this one out. Oh, and see how I can't affect this part? It's because I'm only doing the nose area. So if I go to my head layer and where I put that shadow, now I can make a new layer and paint into that shadow just to soften it. But I can't decide if I wanted to keep that area. Yeah, I think we want this area soft, and then we'll keep this side kind of hard edged. I don't know though. I really did like the sharpness of this line. It really pushes this shape out. So maybe it's just this part gets a little soft. Yeah. Dig that. And then also while we're here, kind of soften up the side of the face. I think that works. Cool, cool. All right. If I turn off the sketch layer, which I don't think we need anymore, so I'm going to keep it off. So now I'm just like, normally I just go really flat with these designs, but I'll try and actually round it out with some more dimension. If I could find, where are my lips at? There we go. So new layer, mask it. Pick like a purplish color. Grab my airbrush. And just kind of round this out. Do a multiply so it picks up some of that color underneath as well. I think that's pretty good. Get darker here on this edge. All right. What about this line I did? I'll hide that. Because I think it looks better without it. Except for that part. Am I on the wrong layer? Oh, I totally am. Here we go. I go behind the lips, there's like this little break in there. I'm just gonna fill that. Oops, I went too far out. I'm just gonna fill that in just a little bit. All right, I might revisit those lips because I'm not completely happy with that yet. I'm gonna turn off this back sketch layer as well because it was throwing me off. And my hair layer, just gonna clean something up here. Just this edge. There we go. Maybe soften up this corner. All right. Just gonna look for that eyeshadow layer next. Here we go. Make a new layer, clip it, pick like a, try like a purplish color, grab the airbrush, and then darken one side. Let's do multiply so it pulls in that blue color underneath. Grab a lighter blue and make a new layer, mask, clip mask that. Now I can add like a little extra rim light on the lids. Cool, cool. I'm gonna do the same thing for the eyes here. Pick a blue, multiply, and darken with this airbrush. Turn the opacity down just a little bit. And we're gonna find those pupils. Where are they? There they are. I'm gonna see if I can move this one. I'm still not happy with where it's at. Put that right there. That was a little better. And then let's do something crazy with the eyes. What if we go like red? Make a new layer, clip mask it. That is not the right. Huh. Oh, so I see. I think my original pupils here are clip masked to the head. Or no, it's clip masked to the eye. So, oh, so I can't, so I'll have to do this differently. I'll have to lock the transparency and then select them. All right. And then let's do like a kind of dark edge to them. And then make a new layer and go completely black. This could be a little bit bigger. Now I could go bigger, or I could do like smaller so it looks more like, just center it. Yeah, that feels more vampire-y, right? Let's do that. Just duplicate. Something like that, right? And while we're in here, I need to put a background on her other than the white. Purple's kind of cool. Yellow's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Don't like that. Black's sort of cool. Maybe like a dark blue. Looks good. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with that orange color. This looks cool too though. And the hair pops. So I don't know what to do. Let's look at an orangey color again. And it's definitely two different vibes. I could do that and then just draw some weird shape. It kind of makes the composition interesting to look at, but I mean, that's kind of cool too. But for now, I'm gonna go with this. Yeah. This feels right. Realize I should give her some point a nostril here. Is that gonna work here? Yeah. So like It's just very faintly in there, but I think that works. Cool, cool. Coolly cool. So now that front arm, I'm gonna jump to that. There's no, I have no like really set like A, B, C, D planning. I just kind of, I should say when I'm doing the stuff I don't. So I'm just having fun and hopping around, uh, finding the spots that interest me the most, and then moving on. Um, Again, I'm not teaching people how to work. Like I'm just sharing the fun of it. Like this is fun. I just like doing this. I just love sitting back and sketching up characters and coming up with story ideas um, and just meditating. Like it's just the world is crazy right now. I'm just I can't even. I'm trying to think of a way to share this story without getting any kind of uh, YouTube demerits. But what I'll say, I know how I can say it. I went to Michael's with my wife today to go pick up some art supplies, and while we were walking around, and I live in Texas, I should throw that out there too. I just assume everyone knows that I live in Texas. All my uh, zero people following me. um, no, we were shopping at Michael's, and there's like a balloon station, I guess. That I never knew they had a balloon station. It must be like a new thing, or they added to it and made it bigger. But as we were shopping, one of the balloons popped, like really, really loud. And my wife was in the aisle next to me, and I was kind of doing my own thing in the pen and ink aisle. And I heard this loud balloon pop, but it sounded like something else. And I ran uh, to my wife's aisle, and my wife was kind of like just calm about it. I mean, she was like still like what's going on kind of attitude, but like I think I was a little more panicked. Um, and it just dawned on me like you know it's not absurd to think of like worst case scenarios and stuff like that. And I did. Mm, I I was not I was not good for it. Took a while to come down from that. Um, it's just like scary times, you know. Like I can't speak for other people, but me, I just want to make artwork and put ideas out in the world and create uh, images as beautiful or as funny or as interesting as I can, and that's it. And then mind my business and and live. But it's just it is crazy right now. Um, really is. I think somewhere in history, someone had said, um, it's during times of struggle and sometimes sadness um, that people need art the most. That when people are more uh, thirsty for creativity and opening their minds to new ideas or new ways to look at something or just to look at something, because even looking at art is like a meditative act, just as doing it is a meditative act. um, so I do think that in these crazy times, I love that I can turn on YouTube and look at not just the scrolling, the doom scrolling and sad stuff, but I can like look at people who are making art, making beautiful images, and showing different ways that they do it. Um, and inspiring you, and you're like, oh, I love how this artist did that, but I really love how this artist does this, and but I also love when I do this. And then you start making uh, your own take and your own art, and then hopefully it gets better and more interesting so that someone else sees it, and then they start doing that, and it's like this whole uh, cool connection that we have. uh, we are the AI. um, no, I just all joking aside there. I meant everything I was saying before my little AI joke, but um, yeah, I just in these times of uncertainty and just you know world changing really fast, I like that I can still sit down and just sketch like I did when I was a kid. Uh, in my 12-year-old kid in my little bedroom in West Bloomfield, Michigan, all my Jet Beauty magazine cutouts on the wall next to my favorite Ninja Turtle drawings, and I'm just sketching away, and I can feel my cheeks hurt because I'm smiling so much, like, and I wasn't like. It wasn't like, oh, I gotta draw to get better, or I gotta do this to get better. Like that stuff's important and comes in time. I experience it still to this day where I'm doing something and I get better, and and I'm grateful for that. But the thing I'm mostly grateful for, and the thing I learned when I was that 12-year-old kid drawing in my room, is just appreciating the actual act of what it is to create and to draw and to take our experiences and people we've met and stories we liked and incorporate it in new ideas and new designs. Like I just feel like um, that's awesome, and I feel like that's something that you can't really give a tutorial on, but it's something you talk about, and with great appreciation and great respect. That's why, like, when I see anything someone does, uh, or a movie that comes out, like I try and push my criticisms aside, to first acknowledge the fact that someone made this. This didn't exist, and then now it's been made. Uh, I think that that's an awesome thing to do. I think it's uh, a, a brave thing to do. Might sound risky. You got to risk it for the biscuit. I just feel like it's an awesome way to put yourself out there, uh, and it's like no shouting when you're making art. There's like no, it can shout and it can speak and tell things, but it's better than us, because when we get in front of one another and we try and converse, sometimes more times than many, uh, we're not listening to each other. But when you look at art, it's art will be on that wall in a gallery or on that big screen in front of you, standing stoic and just beaming its message out, and you have to take that in. You're forced to just like exhale and look at it and digest it in a way that I would think that we don't have it figured out how to do it uh, with one another when we're speaking all the time. Um, so anyway, that was like a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with real. Well, no, it has everything to do with what I'm doing right now. So, yeah, uh, the funniest part about this and what I just said is I am talking to myself. I'm looking at my chat and I don't see, like, I can't see any comments or see if anyone's in here. So that whole big uh, speech or TED talk I gave, Don talk, um, I guess it was for my own benefit. But these get uh, pushed out when the live is done. So I'm gonna hold on to hope that someone does see that and they see it. Um, so yeah. Anyway, back to this arm. I need to find the layer. Yeah, I went off on a major tangent there. Let's just find that front arm. Make another layer, multiply. There we go. Cool. I'll turn that down a little bit. And last time I was making another layer. Yeah, I'll do it that way too. And then just airbrushing into it to soften that line. I think we can get rid of the whole thing there. And go back here, just right there. Whoops. So this front arm is right here. Do this. Yeah, that's not gonna work, is it? Set as reference. Does that help out any? No. Tolerance. Yeah, I should have broken this off differently. All right, I'm gonna just draw it in. Oh, but I'm on the wrong layer. I think that worked. Then I'm trying to find the layer that has a layer somewhere in here that has the, here we go, body, new layer, multiply, rest line, bring down the opacity, and then make another layer, airbrush, and then soften this hard edge here. I think that works. Go lighter. Something like that. Actually, I'm going to wait to do that. If I made a new layer, hide that. Multiply. Yeah, let's do that. I'm trying to find out where that one piece is coming from. Let's just do this. So I know what that is. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm trying to find the culprit for this one part. Can't seem to find it though. Oops. Where is that? So the head is there. It's the shoulder. It's the front arm. Body. Where is that shape coming from? Is it this? Let me see. I'm going to duplicate it. Move it out of the way. So no, there's nothing there. So this is like on the, that's the ear. Just so you all know, this is a result of me being lazy with my with my labeling of the layers. Keep that. Pupils, and we got this here. Where is that shape at? It's a little tuft of the hair. There it is. This. So this has to go right here. But how far does it go? Yeah, see? I need, so that's called shad. Shadow. I'm going to turn on that other layer I made, the dark neck. And then under shad, I'm going to softly erase this hard edge. There we go. And then also lighten this a little bit. Cool. And make another layer. I just want like this edge to be darker. Okay. Okay. Now what? On the nose, I have this highlight thing happening right here. I'm going to erase some of that. Oh, that's not eraser. I see. So we were painting away that edge. Gotcha. So then what you want to do is take that nostril and bump it up. Yep. And lock the transparency and just darken the inside just a little bit. There we go. That's better. Now she can breathe because she has a nose. Now, for these lips, they're not great. And that's why I usually draw like in a flat style. I don't try and give a lot of dimension to things because it's just not my thing. Oh, whoops. There we go. Definitely, we should get rid of that. We're not going to use that layer. And this one, lock the transparency. We're going to darken. Oh, so that's a whole ear? No, this is separate. So then why is that not showing up? Okay. Oh, because it's the same shade. Let's just make a new layer. Yeah, that's weird. I see it showing up a little bit darker there, but because the opacity's turned down. Gotcha. I see. I think that I need to work on my stage presence. It's hard to like draw and then be bubbly entertaining on camera. I'll probably end up chopping this video up and using it as like a time-lapse thing. I feel like this line doesn't have to be so bumpy there. Like we can go in and swoop. We'll have to do it on the flat layer. Let's just lasso, select, delete. It's a little smoother, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay, so back to these lips. Like, I mean, I don't know. Kind of work. I'm gonna put some line detailing on them, but maybe let's just go way to the top here. Whoops. Yeah, it might help. We'll get rid of that for right now. Something like that mixed with some, oh, Yeah, it's kind of fun. All right, well, I might as well start adding some other line stuff like that. And I don't want to make her look old, but I think one little line here is good. And truthfully, I could get some sunken in cheek action going on here. Something like this. And then soft erase this hard edge part here. Make it feel like she's got some sucked in cheeks. It might be too much. I could turn down the opacity. It definitely ages her, but I don't know, I don't hate it. Let me see. Yeah, it definitely ages her up. Yeah, I don't think we want to do that. But maybe do a little dimple action here. Multiply that, fade it down. Erase. That might be too much too. I don't know. I can't tell. Bring the opacity way down. Maybe scale it down. Whoops. Like, that's fine. I think that's okay. All right. So somewhere is that front arm and the multiply. That's right here. And then this is painted on with the airbrush. So I'm going to do the same thing right here. New layer. Call it overlay. Nope. Call it color. Nope. Call it normal. And for this, just trying to give now this shirt, which is right here, that's not inappropriate, by the way. There's nothing underneath there, just so you guys don't freak out or anything. All right, before I figure out what I'm going to do with the shirt or tank or whatever, let's grab dark color here. I'm just going to like draw this shape and multiply, turn it down, way down, and kind of erase from that. Yeah. Cool, cool. All right. And maybe move it over a little bit, right there. Maybe scale it. Move it again. That feels pretty good. Collarbone. Do something right here. Yeah. I can make that work. Go ahead and save. Cool, cool. So, where is the shirt? Right here. But the thing is, I hate unhiding that. I keep doing it. Sorry. So I can't just select that because of the mask that I drew, which kind of sucks. Trying to think, I could flatten this, but I don't want to do that yet. It's weird though, because I know there's a way to select just the color. But just can't seem to get it to work. Refer to all layers, refer to editing layer. Let's try that. Still the same, huh? And this tolerance doesn't seem to change anything. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna draw over it because I'm wondering too if I want to change this color anyway. I think maybe I just go black with it. Is that weird? Yeah, I think black looks better. Cool. Yeah, now she looks like she's ready to go out. Which is the exact opposite of what I'm doing tonight. I don't go out anymore. Man, I remember though, like back when I was living in Chicago, I would be going out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like, no cap. as you kiddos say. Actually, I don't even know if you guys say that anymore. This is probably all kinds of anatomically incorrect, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to put all of this stuff in a folder to make this next part easier on me. Grab all of this stuff and dump it right in here. Cool. Then on a new layer, I'm going to clip it and pick, like, let's do like party colors. And I'm going to make this layer have a glow for the blending mode. And I'm just going to start blasting different areas so it feels like she's at some really cool spots. Maybe a jazz club. Yeah. Creating that jazz club. I'm just going to blast a couple of these spots here. In the eyes. Trying to not go too crazy with it, but yeah, it's fun. But it's fun. And then I'm going to make another layer. For this one, I think multiply and pick like a blue, because most of the light's hitting her from this direction and above. Like, I think we can darken kind of this bottom part. But we have to clip it first. There we go. I feel like we can go more. Yeah, it works, I think. Something like that, maybe. Let's see what the other saturation, no overlays, kind of cool. Definitely not going to do another glow, although that's kind of cool too. I don't know. I kind of like that. Yeah, then there's like, yeah, because we do have shadow casting this way, casting this way. I mean, and then we can make it work. I might leave it on glow, but I just want to see what other things look like. Like, that's color burn, which is kind of cool. It's more mysterious, like kind of like a detective show, and she just walked into my office. I knew from that day on things would never be the same. I knew this was going to be the motherfucking case of a lifetime. Then that's lighten, which is kind of cool too. It kind of gives it that, in the club kind of haze phase. So lighten and glow are in my top 10. No, my top 2. That's the linear light, which is kind of neat. Pen light. Hard mix is a hard no. Yeah, I think that, ooh, divide, that's kind of neat. If I was doing some kind of like really hot in the desert kind of thing, I might play with putting that blending mode on this, but I think we agree that it should be kind of that club feeling. So this is color, and then this is lighten. Yeah, I think lighten looks better than color. And then this is lighten, and then this is adding a glow. And this is where I get mixed up because lighten looks pretty cool. Then add glow. I think add glow is going to be the one. Let me look away. Palette cleanse. So that's glow. And that's lighten. I think that is going to be lighten because when I do glow, I lose too much color here. I think that I want to kind of keep some of these in there. So that's what we'll leave it at. Man. It's kind of weird how I drew this shoulder up. I mean, I guess it kind of works, but then like over here, like should I put her other shoulder back there? Like it's kind of like it's technically it should be like somewhere back here, like that maybe. Let's see if we can give her some shoulder surgery. Like if I just go back here to the gray flat layer, if I draw anything here, yeah, I could just kind of hint at a shoulder here. It's not that tough to do. And then go a little bit darker. Or as a quick fix, hold on, let me start over. So shoulders here, maybe the other one's here, like that. So it feels a little more anatomically correct. And then I think I'm losing some color. So I need this color and turn that back on. Go back down here. So we fill in that color. If I go darker here, yeah. Then if I go like this, I'm gonna do this on another layer. We'll try and yeah, I think that's enough. Just like a little line there to be like, hey, there's a separation between this form and this form. And I want you to know about it. Like, I mean, I honestly did not draw the best anatomy for this particular shape. And that's on me. Where's that shirt at that I just drew? Is that outside of this? Oh, it's in here. It's right there. So that's there. So these need to go back here. Cool. These are like my little hints of clavicles. This is my attempt to put a little bit of anatomy back into this drawing. I mean, just a little bit. I think maybe like this. Rotate it. And then this is way too much here. Turn the opacity down some more. I mean, it's something. It's not. I don't love it and I don't hate it. I just. All right, so now, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Haven't really done anything with her brows, but it's not much I want to do to them. Maybe actually if I was smart, I drew those without clipping them to the head, but I have a feeling that I might have done that wrong. So we got pupils, nose stuff. What's the lips? Ear shadow. Yeah, those damn eyebrows are hiding from me. They have to be over the head. So here, and then that's the shadow. One of the shadows, that's the hair. So this is all eye stuff. So I feel like, oh, that's cool. Got those eyes. Man, that's like Evil Dead looking. Do I want that now? Like, I really do think that's cool. Dang. All right, let me see. Turn it back on. That or that? Decisions. I mean, this helps tell even more of a story. Like maybe she's being glamored by some kind of vampire. I'm leaving it. Why not? No art director telling me what to do. I can do what I want to do. Well, this isn't the brows, but this is something I need to do as well. Is just kind of give a little bit of dimension to these lashes. I don't, you know what, not for the lashes. I'll do that for the brows, which must be close. Gotta be around here somewhere. There they are. Not that I need to, but I labeled it brows in case I need to find it again. Let's do like a add glow. So that makes them feel like they got a little bit of depth to them. Cool. And I know somewhere I labeled the hair right here, but it's not its own shape, I'll bet. Yeah, it's part of the, which is fine. Just make another layer. I think maybe a different color for these. Whoops. So I can't. If I lock transparency. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I mean, I don't know, I think that's cool. Now here's something real cheap I'm gonna do. And we'll see if it comes out good or not. But like, let's say in my mind she's at like a bar, right? So like a vampire bar. And that bar is like behind her here, right? And it's like a dark bluish color, and then it's got a little table on it there, and maybe over here we've got all kinds of bottles and like just bear with me, this is gonna be totally crappy looking at first, and maybe even when I'm done. Let's see, we got some tables here, another table here, swoops down, this one swoops down. Got some more stuff on the table here, like mixed drinks, maybe. Maybe there's even like a little glowy lights on these tables, and maybe this is casting a shadow. And then maybe back here is like an exit, people to get out, telling people to leave. Like here. Like some bar stools. Duplicate. And I know what you're probably thinking. You're like, this, Don, this looks like crap. And you're not wrong. It does. It does look like crap. But I'm hoping that my little trick here will make it not look crappy. So like here we have like some kind of drapery going. I'm just building on building on building. Maybe back here, there's some just little bits of color and whatnot. Something like this. Maybe up here, there's like a dude who's had too much to drink. He's with his friend. They're just like all having a good old time. Just like the hint of people. People-esque. I know this is, you're like probably looking at this and you're like, what is this guy doing? And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying out something. The thing that I'm trying out is if you could just like give the impression of a whole environment, but she's got to be the main focus. Then if I take all of this and I merge them, let's get those stools in there too. So now I've got forgot these other stools. All right. So the idea is like depth of field. I don't want to spend a bunch of time doing a crazy background on this. I just want an implied one. So I'm trying this out where the idea is she's in like a jazz club, but she's being glamored by maybe some vampire jazz musician on stage. I don't know. I'm making this up. But rather than drawing all that stuff in the background, because drawing environments is not my strong suit at all. I mean, I'm still searching for that strong suit. So maybe you guys can let me know what you think that is. But I do know in the past I've like done something like this where I use a lasso fill and I just kind of block in like shapes that kind of look like what they should be. And then playing off of depth of field, I take that back layer and I blur the hell out of it, like until like, you know, it becomes like secondary. So now like the more I blur it, like I don't need to have like all the details of what's going on back there. Um, I just know that she's like kind of somewhere, and there's something going on back here. Some people are talking. Um, there's a little lampshade here thing. I'm gonna blast these little areas with a glow just to um, hide this shape a little bit because it's a little distracting. But like, I think it works pretty well on these people back here. They look like they're talking and hanging out, and there's somebody over here. But we don't can't quite make those things out, so we focus on her, which is what I want. So that worked out actually better than I thought it was going to. I have not tried that in a while. But it's a pretty decent trick, I say. Like you just kind of, you know, and I mean, those were awful. The way I drew those stools and the people, I mean, it just looked really bad. But like, you just have to give like the impression of an environment, and it kind of works. Um, so now on this glow layer, I'm gonna pick like a white, like a bluish light, and get my airbrush, blow it up, and then if I blast these areas, oh, okay, so it's only, oh, this is clipped to, I see, this is just clipped to all. So I need to make a new layer here, and add a glow, and now if I blast this area, um, but I think we need a color. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Like, honestly, I don't like this white area here. And I'm wondering if I just pick like a white before I start adding glow stuff, and I just go to this layer, or let's just make another layer on top. Yeah. If we can just kind of, I think we need to multiply. Yeah. Pick a purplish color. Something like this. Just need to get rid of that. Yeah, I don't like this either. It's not bad. Let's undo. Yeah, it's just that's like so bright. It's like fighting with her here. So what I want to do is get rid of this. So I'm going to make another layer and start filling in. Like, let's just do this. Let's finish this guy's body. Like so. We've got some shadows being casted back here. We've got like table over here. A little bit darker there. And fill that space. That's kind of cool there. I won't do anything about that. And can I just Gaussian blur? Yeah, this layer. And then it kind of blends together, more or less. Okay. So now that we've got that, she's being glamored. Wonder if we can make a new adjustment layer, color balance. Try and make all this feel married together. But not lose the colors already built. So that's kind of neat. I think that works well. And then I don't know if this is too much overkill, but because she's being glamored, I don't know if green is like a color that equates to the vampire world. They usually are like deep purples and reds, but maybe it would be fun if we incorporated like some green. So right here, those two little blasts. I'm gonna undo this first one. Just want to tap it so lightly. So now either she's being glamored or she's about to glamour someone. One or the other. You choose. Oh, you know what I realized is it's like one strap and then this one's not, because I did that shoulder fix, but I didn't put the strap on there. And I've been seeing, I don't know, don't ask me how I know this, but I've been seeing a lot of new designs for women wearing the one strap and then no strap on the other side. So I'm gonna say that I'm like on top of my fashion game. So I'm gonna leave it. Like, mistake? Nah, no, there's no mistakes here. Just having fun. What else can we add in here for the mood? Maybe next to her is her, vampire warlock husband, who she has grown tired of it. He's always smoking his expensive cigars. So maybe there's like a cloud of smoke billowing in from the side, like he's blowing in her direction. And he's like, "We never hunt anymore." And then just kind of blur it a little bit. Is that overkill? Is that distracting? If I duplicate and add glow, is that too much? Yeah. I think that's probably a little over the top. Let's have like a bunch of smoke just coming in. It's like Vegas. Now then we're competing again with, we got her as the focal point here. But maybe we include don't like that. Maybe we include earring. Just simple in design. Nice little triangle shape here. Go for this kind of blue tone. Maybe make it not transparent. I think that's too much too. I think I'm trying to add too many things now. Yeah, I might be done, you guys. I can't believe, like, nobody's gonna like leave a comment, just any comment. Come on, you guys. I know you're out there. All right. I will be posting this when it processes later, and we'll be chopping it up and picking kind of some cool parts to make into a short. Trying to build up some momentum with making these live videos. I think I'm gonna do try and do one a week, like maybe every Friday, because I think weekends are dead. I think people are out living their life like they should be. So maybe every Friday I'll try just to start and see if I can start pulling some people in, because this could be fun. Maybe I'll even like take requests and do try and get challenged by you guys to draw something, and then I learn something in the process, and maybe you do too. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's about dinner time. It's about 8 o'clock. So this is Don Dixon signing out. Thanks for hanging out. If you do end up watching this whole thing all the way through, let me know if you dug it, and if you did, subscribe if you haven't already. And have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you guys.